First tulips of the spring from 1-800-Flowers.com are finally here. 30 tulips, $30, 1-800-Flowers. Click the radio icon, enter HERD. Listen, what I'm about to show you is either clickbait, overly PC, or utter incompetence. So ESPN The Magazine released something yesterday. It was embarrassing. It's like a blogger, the dominant 20. Now, this is not dominant for 20 years. They're saying over the last 20 years, in that time, who have been for any length of time the most dominant. So here is the list that my former employer released. It's brutal. First of all, Lauren Jackson at 13 is not the best WNBA player. Mike Trout at 18 has never won a playoff game. Usain Bolt 10. He's the fastest human ever. He's like a superhero. You could have Peyton above Tom Brady, but Peyton 3 and Brady 20 seems a little outrageous. It's either clickbait, checking the PC boxes to include everybody, or worse, it's just incompetence. And the reason it's incompetence is because there's not even an argument for the top 5. So I'm just going to go 10. I don't have time for 20, nor any interest. And I want to primarily concentrate on the top 5. This is not a PC list. It's an honest list. I don't like everybody on this list. I don't respect everybody on this list. One guy on this list I wish wasn't on the list. There's nothing to like about him. But it's an honest list. I'm not pandering to you. I'm not pretending I got to get that box checked and that box checked and that person checked. Okay, let's start the real list. Number 1's Floyd Mayweather, and I don't like him. I'm repulsed by him. He hasn't lost a fight. Let me repeat this. As a professional, 50-0. He went into UFC. He dominated their best fighter. He's been knocked down briefly once in his professional career. I don't like what he stands for. I don't like his background. I'm not a fan. I never have been. He hasn't lost a fight since 1996 in a division that's had some really good fighters. Number 2, I don't know how you could put him lower, is Usain Bolt. Forget the fact he's the fastest human being in the history of the world. He's an 11-time world champion. He holds records in all the key 3 categories of sprinting. In an 8-year stretch, which is a long time to be really, really fast, he entered 21 events. He won 20. The only one he didn't win, he was disqualified for. I don't think this can be understated. In the history of the world, he's easily the fastest human. I don't know how you put him any lower than second. Number 3 is Michael Phelps. He's a human fish. He's won a gold in 6 different swimming categories. Do you know how hard it is to win a gold in a swimming category? He's won them in 6, all different disciplines. Not in 1 Olympics, or 2, or 3, or 4. 5 different Olympics. Most decorated Olympian ever. 23 gold medals. Just think about this. 23 gold medals. Number 4, this feels fairly obvious, Serena Williams. I mean, has she had any competition? She's 14-0 in doubles finals. She's won 15 Grand Slams. How you could put Tiger ahead of Serena Williams is laughable. She's won, Christine, 15 Grand Slams since Tiger won a major. She won the Australian Open while pregnant.
Yeah.
Okay, let me repeat that. She was pregnant and won a tennis major. For all I know, she delivered the baby in the first set and won the second set. She won a major while pregnant. Number 5 is Roger Federer. Now, I could put him ahead of Serena, but he's had people beat him. He still has 20 Grand Slams. He just won the Aussie Open. He's 36. He's one of the all-time decent guys in the history of sports. Let me sum it up for you. He was number one in 2004. He's number one in 2018. This is a global sport. It's not supposed to work that way. The top five isn't even debatable. Floyd, Usain, Michael, Serena, Roger. Now, 6 through 10, you could push back a little and make real arguments. I would go Tiger Woods. Now, he has not been good for a long time. But remember, this list is dominant within the span of 20 years, not dominant for 20 years. And the first 10 years of the last 20, golf has never seen anything like Tiger. I would put LeBron 7, simply because as good as Michael Jordan was, LeBron's been in 7 straight finals. Michael, after 3, exhausted, fatigued baseball, retired. Number 8, Lionel Messi. Here's the best way to sum it up. He's better than Pele. He has transformed La Liga, the world's best, not the most popular, that's the EPL. La Liga is the world's best, certainly at the top, soccer league. Goals, assists. He is better than Pele. His career average is just shy of a goal a game. I mean, as great as Wayne Gretzky was, he wasn't doing that. The only thing that holds him back, no World Cup for Argentina. Number 9, Tom Brady. I don't know. He's been to 8 Super Bowls. Next is Elway with 5, and Elway was humiliated in a couple of them. Listen, man, the NFL punishes good teams. They give you bad draft picks. There's salary caps. There's free agent restrictions if you make it deep into the playoffs. Okay, what Brady's doing, and he'll be favored again in the AFC to get to his 9th Super Bowl, is outrageous. Peyton Manning would be in my 20, but what in my 20, top 20, Brady's 9. And 10, and again, parts of Barry Bonds, I think he ate for breakfast for a stretch in his life, eggs, bacon, and steroids. But Barry Bonds was once walked intentionally with the bases loaded. That's never happened. Maybe to Babe Ruth, but we didn't have cameras then. Barry Bonds, for a stretch, and I don't know what was in his body, but I know I've talked to major league players, great major league pitchers, who said he's the only batter in the history of the sport that didn't have an out pitch. There was no place you could pitch him. Generally, it's in on the hands, out over the plate, breaking stuff. Bonds had no zone to pitch him for a long stretch. Again, I don't have to love everybody in my top 10. I don't have to trust everybody in my top 10. I don't have to love them personally, socially, or their resume. But this is, at least in my top 5, a definitive, respectful, non-PC, not only reasonable, but absolutely accurate top 10 dominant list. Christine with the news. No.